The Biden administration has launched a beta test version of its application to forgive student loan debt. Eligible participants could see up to $20,000 of debt wiped off the books, but the plan could cost taxpayers $500 billion. Now, at the same time, Oklahoma State University is looking at ways to reduce student debt as well. Taylor Jackson joins us now with more details. Taylor.
Rich, Oklahoma State University Senior Vice President Jerome Lowrich says that OSU has always kept student debt in mind, but this new plan will allow them to provide even more resources for their students.
This plan is transformative and bold.
Last Wednesday, Oklahoma State University unveiled a new strategy to further their land grant mission.
We are Land Grant, and today is about building on our impactful legacy with uncommon preeminence for the common good.
The university wants to increase the number of debt-free students to 60% and reduce the average student debt to no more than $3,000 per year of attendance.
Now, to put that in context, we currently graduate about 40% of our students debt-free. So we're not in a bad position, but we say we're going to increase that by 50%. We think that's important because specifically of student access.
The decision was announced after the Biden administration beta site launch of the federal student loan forgiveness application. The Biden administration says the application should take about 4 to 6 weeks to process. The loan forgiveness has received mixed reviews. While some are excited about debt relief, others say it's not fair. 6 states, including Nebraska, Missouri, and Arkansas, are suing the Biden administration. Governor Kevin Stitt also disapproves of loan forgiveness, as he was one of 22 Republican governors that sent a letter to President Joe Biden urging him to undo his student debt relief promise.
For us, the approach to access is going forward to scholarship in such a way that students can make it through their 4 or 5 years on campus without that burden of debt. We know that especially at the outset of a young career, nothing can more derail success than, a debt burden.
Oklahoma State University plans to increase scholarship opportunities for students to assist with student debt. Senior Laurel Poppin says the extra scholarships will be a great help for all students.
I definitely think it's very helpful because, I'm a first-generation college student and my mom is a single mom, and so we're living off of just her own income, and so having to minimize as much debt, whether that's federally or just from the state and OSU in general, is extremely helpful because then we don't have to worry about it as much in the future.
Aside from financial assistance, administrators are working to ensure students graduate on time.
So it's not enough that we get our students in, so we do contemplate a growth of about 10% over 5 years in our incoming class, but it's not enough, we think, simply to have students matriculate.
OSU has set a goal of 10% increase in their graduation rate.
And that's of vital importance to us because the other sort of lingering component alongside student debt is people who start a college career and are never able, for whatever reason, whatever things that life throws them, aren't able to complete their degree. So our commitment is to get folks in increasing numbers through all the way to degree completion.
Lowrich says Oklahoma produces fewer graduates than the national average. He says that in order for OSU to do their part in increasing the number of producing graduates, they must increase the number of college-ready students that attend. By the year 2026, OSU aims to enroll a minimum of 5,000 first-year students.
So one of our commitments alongside these scholarship-related commitments that really address the issue of access and ultimately of debt, a key component of that is student advising. And so another tenet of the strategy is that we're going to increase our advising capacity by 20%.
The other part of this initiative is to increase the number of advisors available for students.
There are ways that we can advise students, that we can move them through intelligently, that are over and above investments in new individuals doing the advising. So all those are on the table for us, but net of all that, we view advising as a critically important part of getting the student from day one on campus through graduation.
Poppin says academic advisors are valuable resources on campus, especially for first-generation college students like herself.
Did not really think about my advisors I thought they were just there for my scheduling issues, but like if I had questions about like, should I do this major? Like what necessities and what degrees need to go into my career path that I want.
Much like Poppin, first-year students often do not utilize their advisors until later in their matriculation.
I thought they were just specifically there for like my major and my schedule and not like other opportunities outside of that and at OSU. So that's something that is very valuable that I didn't realize until probably last year.
The university wants to bridge that gap to make sure all incoming students understand the value of using their advisor.
We're going to try to rectify that such that all OSU students' experience with advising is similar with respect to quality, to touches.
OSU's strategy is expected to be on the next OSU A&M Board of Regents agenda, and 2 of the lawsuits against the Biden administration have been rejected.